only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. You cannot swim for new horizons until you have courage to lose sight of the shore. It always seems impossible until it's done. We become what we think about. Dream big and dare to fail. If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. You don't have as much time as you think. Tell those people you love that you love them, and say it often. If you've never questioned whether or not you made the right decision, you haven't taken big enough risks. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. The mind, left unchecked, can amplify fears and create scenarios far worse than any reality. Anxiety thrives on imagined outcomes, projecting pain and failure that may never come to pass. Embrace the present, where truth resides, and train your mind to challenge fears with facts. By anchoring yourself in the now, you take away the power that worry holds over you. Let this wisdom remind you that most of your suffering lives not in the world, but within the stories you tell yourself. Break free from these illusions, and you will find peace. Not everyone is down for you like they say they are. Never trust what someone says. Watch what they do. I don't know the secret to success, but the secret to failure is trying to please everyone. The answer is always no, until you ask. There are two ways to do things, right and again. You can't love somebody enough to make them love you back. Be careful with your words. Once they are said, they can be only forgiven, not forgotten. Hope is not a strategy. Never trust anybody. Trust is earned, not given from the start. Don't let someone who did you wrong make you think there's something wrong with you. Don't devalue yourself because they didn't value you. Know your worth, even if they don't. If you're willing to sacrifice what you want most for what you want now, then your future will always be filled with disappointment. People treating you poorly is a reflection on them, not you. The people who say you can't and you won't are usually the ones scared that you will. Be single with peace of mind is way better than having a relationship with someone who makes your life miserable. Sometimes you just have to say no and ignore the guilt trip that follows. No man was ever wise by chance. He who is brave is free. What we do now echoes in eternity. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Growth often requires stepping into the unknown, a space where pride takes a back seat to learning. Fear of judgment keeps many bound to the familiar, But true progress demands that you embrace vulnerability and appear imperfect. Let yourself be the beginner, for in doing so, you create room for transformation. Understand that wisdom is born not from knowing it all, but from daring to ask questions and make mistakes. Be willing to be misunderstood temporarily as you pursue growth that is permanent. Often, the right thing and the hardest thing are the same. What you do today can improve all your tomorrows. You see a person's true colors when you are no longer beneficial to their life. To wish to be well is a part of becoming well. Receive without conceit. Release without struggle. Every second you spend comparing your life to someone else's is a second spent wasting yours. You can lie down for people to walk on you, and they will still complain that you are not flat enough. No great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen. Stop expecting others to give you more respect than the respect you give yourself. No man can escape his destiny, the next inquiry being how he may best live the time that he has to live. Don't tell your problems to everyone. 80% don't care, and the other 20% are glad you have them. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. The willing are led by fate, the reluctant dragged. Stop looking for the good in people. Start instead looking for good people. You have to do what is right for you. No one else is walking in your shoes. You're never too old to cut people out of your life. It takes a long time to realize how truly miserable you are, and even longer to realize it doesn't have to be that way. The more thankful you are, the more you attract things to be thankful for. Never let a bad day make you feel like you have a bad life. A wise man can learn from his enemies, than a fool from his friends. Life gives you lots of chances to screw up, which means you have just as many chances to get it right. When thinking about life, remember this: no amount of guilt can change the past, and no amount of anxiety can change the future. Every person in your life is a teacher. Some bring lessons about love and support. Others teach you what to avoid. Don't get married because you think it's something you have to do. Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. Anger, when unleashed without control, acts as a double-edged sword that harms the one who wields it as much as the target. It consumes peace, clouds judgment, and leaves scars deeper than the original wound. Learn to pause and breathe when provoked, finding strength in restraint. Channel your emotions constructively, turning frustration into thoughtful action. In mastering your temper, you preserve your power and dignity, protecting yourself from regret that often follows a burst of unbridled rage. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. You can't change other people, and it's rude to try. Sometimes in life, your situation will keep repeating itself until you learn your lesson.